All right, final two steps, adding the fruit and adding a bit of seasoning. The seasoning isn't actually necessary. If you're doing like berry type fruits or peaches, something that's really juicy, sometimes I just let the fruit itself sort of speak for itself. But since I'm doing apples, and those aren't quite as like juicy fruity, I am going to add some seasoning in a minute. So you can either do like 1 or 2 apples. Honestly, for something like this where it's individual, you really only need 1 apple. But I used little tiny miniature apples, so I used 2 because the apples were tiny. Look at these tiny apple slices. So just put your apples in. So traditionally cobbler puts the fruit on the bottom, but I actually put it on the top in this style recipe just because of the way I cook it. Basically, since I'm mixing it all in the bowl I'm going to bake it in, I do the batter first, and then I do the fruit on top just because that's easier, and the fruit will kind of bake in to the batter. Makes it very satisfying. If you want to do it to the traditional way, you just have to do the batter in a separate bowl and then pour it into whatever you're baking in. But again, this is a low effort recipe. So this is my family cinnamon brown sugar shaker. It's for seasoning breakfast foods. So I just use that on top. Just cover the whole thing in cinnamon and brown sugar. Again, I really only do this with apples, maybe peaches. Pretty much all of the fruits tend to have enough flavor on their own that I don't feel the need to add other things. Like strawberry. You don't need to add anything with strawberry. You just put the strawberries in. They like half melt as they bake. It's great. It's delicious. Same with blackberries, but the only other one I would be more likely to consistently do this sort of thing with would be maybe pears. Apples, peaches, and pears all taste good with cinnamon, but those are the only two I would really be like definitely going to add the cinnamon.